Well, hello everybody. Back out in the woods again on the 27 acres of land I bought several years back. Out here cutting some storm damaged yellow pine that just recently uprooted from a storm we had 2-3 days ago. Pretty good sized yellow pine. It's like 372 XP with a 20-inch bar on it. Got this one to cut up, and then over there there's three more. They're bigger than this. And then over here on the next, the first piece of property I bought, 13.3, I got a small maple, and there's a dead black oak down there. It's about the same size as this, but it's taller. It's been pretty warm so far this winter, and it's been raining quite a bit. The ground's soft, and these cold fronts moving in has been causing lots of wind and blowing them over. I've already cut one over there a couple years ago that blew over, a red oak. And there was a big one right there that fell, huge, but it's hollow, so it's no good. But I'm going to cut them up and sell them. I've been getting 30 to 40 cents a board foot for yellow pine, which is pretty decent. And these are pretty good size, so you might at least pay 40 cents a board foot. So it'd be worth cutting it up and getting it out of the way anyway. And I'll probably get, let's see, 1, 2, 3 logs out of this. At least one 10-footer and 2 8-foot ones. It's getting smaller as it goes up. And the other pines, I'll probably get 4 10-footers and several 8-footers out of them. So, and that sawmill's only 15 miles away, road miles. So it's definitely worth getting them out of here. They'd go to waste if they'd rot. So I'll cut them up and bring the dozer in here and skid them out. And I'll get started by cutting this one up first. Here it is, cut off the stump. I made a little bit of a boo-boo here, and I forgot to hit record on the break to show you, but I was cutting that with my 372, and I thought this tree was resting up there on that brush a lot better than it was, and I guess it wasn't, and it dropped and kind of slid back and pinched my saw and split this section right here as this stump tried to go back, and the tree fell the rest of the way. So I screwed up there, and that I had to cut that section out. It was ruined, it busted. But usually when I cut them off, that stump just flops back over. But it happens. I had to go get my other saw out of the truck, 250 still, the 18-inch bar. But anyway, I had to lost a little bit out of it, but it's still a pretty good looking log. I counted the tree rings from here to here, and I counted roughly 60 some tree rings from the center to here. There might be more. It's kind of hard to count, but it's pretty clean pine, pretty good looking butt, and it's been growing back here for a long time. So, and I'll use this. This here's a Doyle log scale. I'll use this to measure my logs, and let's see how big this is. 14, 16 this way, 14 this way. It's a little over 14, but we'll say 14. This is the big end though. They measure the small end, but what I'll do is I'll mark it out here and see what I can get out of it. I'm going to try to get a 10-footer first and see what's left. Might get some 8-footers, but we'll still get some logs out of it. Let's see, we'll start it there. 4 foot, 8 foot. No briars in the way. 8 foot, 9, 10 foot, 6. Always make them a couple inches longer. A lot of brush in the way. Bunch of green briars. 4 foot, 8 foot, 8 foot, 6, 4 foot, 8 foot. And we'll cut it up like that. I'll still get one 10-foot log and 2 8-footers out of it. That's still not too bad. These things right here come in handy because on the back and actually on the front too, this shows you how much board foot's in a log. Like if I cut this 10-foot log right here and it's 12 inches on the small end of the log at 10 foot. See, there's a 10-foot mark right there. Oh, let's see. And 12 inches on the small end. It'll be 40 board foot in that log. And 30 to 40 cents a board foot. So it's still worth taking in. But what I'll do is I'll hack these up and I'll bring the dozer in and drag them out. So I'll get to hacking them up right here. I'll probably start at the top first and let that weight drop off this time. Alright, I used my dozer log scale, calculated up how many board foots here. Measure the small end of the log because a lot of this will get cut off down here on the butt end. This log right here has 50 board foot, it's 10 foot long. And if they pay 30 cents, I always round down. If they pay 30 cents a board foot for this log, it'll be 15 bucks. They might give me 40 and make it $20 a log. So I'll get at least 15 out of this one. That one was 12 and a half, and the next one up was about 10 bucks. It's not a whole lot of money, but you get a lot of these. They're worth taking in. It's good clean pine too. And you see this butt here is nice and clean. There's no knots or nothing in it. This one right here, it does have a knot in it from this branch right here, but it's still clean. Good pine. And there's that same knot in this end of this log. Still pretty. And I got to cut all this off. There's another one. Little knot here. Other than that, still good looking. And there's that same knot in this log. And you can see where I cut some of the branches off. And there's two right here. And a little bit of a bad spot in there. I forget what they call that. I don't know if that's shake or something they call it. And I probably could have got a log out of this one. I cut it a little bit too short, but it's got knots all over it. But it wouldn't have brought probably about maybe $6 or something. But I'll take these. I'll drag these out with the dozer that way. But we'll go on the next one. The next ones, they're bigger. So we got 15, 12, and about 10 bucks. Ain't too bad. Better than letting it lay there and rot. Here's what we got. As you can see, when I topped that, I cut from the bottom up. When I got to the top and cut down, it pinched a little bit. That thing's got a lot of pressure on it still. All this log right here is still hanging in the air. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut right in two here. There's a 10-foot bad section right here. You can see it. A bunch of where it rubbed up against trees for many years. I'm gonna get rid of that. That's junk. It's 10 foot 6 right here. I just took the paint can and marked. I didn't measure it, but and there's two 8.5-foot logs right here, and 8.5 foot here, and a 10-footer there, 10.5-footer there. Since this is all hanging in the air, I don't want to cut it at the stump and bust all the way up it again. I want to cut it right here in this bad section. I don't care if it busts, it's junk. So I drop this down, then it'll take a lot of weight off of this. Then I'll go down there and I'll plunge cut it. That way it don't bust up it again. But that's how I'm going to do it. Drag it out here in two separate logs because it's long, and I got to take the dozer in up through here, and I got to make a turn up there where that Ford Ranger's setting. I got to make a 90-degree turn, and if I drag this all out in one piece, I don't want it to smack into the other trees and scar them, make a bad spot in them. So I'll drag it out in two separate logs. Would be a lot better. But yeah, I'm not the best timber cutter, but I cut timber out of here 2 years ago. Sold over $13,000 worth of logs. I did pretty good. I got videos of that. I didn't ruin them, so. But it's, of course, all this brush, everything's caught up and everything. There's pines laying this way. Then you can look up in the air here and see how nasty it is. But it's a mess. But I'll get to hacking it up and bring that dozer up here and shoot some video of me skidding these out of here. There we go. Stump's falling back in, but that ain't too bad. There's a piece I couldn't get over there. I gave myself extra here. I want to go back and cut this off. I split a little bit on that backside, but it's not too bad. I cut the heart out. That way it wouldn't split down the middle. Stump's gonna fall back over, that'd be great. It might roll back some more. But yeah, that's a pretty good sized log. I went ahead and cut another chunk out of that up there so I can rest my camera on it. It's kind of hard to find a good spot to put the camera. This camera mount I got's not very heavy, so it falls over easy, but that's pretty good butt. Got a little bit of bad in it. I want to go back down through this and cut this off. That's all cut off. It's just got pressure on it. This slid back. But yeah, it's kind of dangerous the way this is too. I've heard a story of a man cutting a tree like this and cut it off the trunk, and that stump flopped back, and his dog was back there, and it buried his dog. Which you always got to be careful about them. But, anything out here can kill you. You got to watch up the trees and everything. I'll work this up a little bit more, then we'll go get the dozer. Check the oil in this thing. I ain't run it in a month. We're good. It does need changed. Oh, wet seat. See if she'll fire up. some of them didn't go exactly as planned pulling them out, but they come out all right. They eventually turned the way I wanted them to go. Now I'm gonna hack them up, but first I'm gonna go over there and get the other 3. I think I had 3 over there, and then will be easy to get. Then I'll hack them up, hack these up. Had to get close to the logs to choke them up. I didn't realize one of them got caught right down in there. So I'll be able to jerk them out here in a little bit. Getting out of here, hopefully. Here's these logs from the second white pine, or sorry, yellow pine I cut up. The biggest one here has 62 board foot, and that's, I'm rounding down on everything. I guarantee you they'll pay me 40 cents a board foot for this one, but I'm just gonna mark down the lowest is 30 cents. 62 board foot times 30 cents, that's $18.60. I wouldn't doubt if they'd give me more. This one right here, this is 60.5 board foot. Let's see, 60.5 times 30, it's $18.15. And our next one is 40.5 board foot. 40.5 times 30 is $12.15. And the last one, I think that's 25. No, that's 32. It's 32 board foot. 32 times 0.30 and $9.60 in that log there. So with all these, I got one that's got 4 here, then I got 3 over there. It's worth it. Take them in. I didn't use that much gas in the chainsaw or much in the dozer. So I got, like I said, that big one over there. It's too dangerous right now, and the wind's picking up. And I got a maple over there I need to get, but I can get it another day. I'm going to get out of here. The wind's picking up really bad, and then the next thing I'm going to do before I get out of here is run that dozer up on some wood saplings, tree saplings or something. Going into January, this is the 31st of December, New Year's Eve. January is going to get really cold. I seen the 15-day forecast. it's not going to get above freezing every day, and at nights it's going to get down to teens and single digits, so I don't want that to freeze to the ground. But thank yous for watching. Might have been kind of boring, but that's all I got for now. The weather's been too crappy. The next video I'd like to do is working on that. I need to replace a top roller and a bottom roller, and hopefully that'll be the next video. See yous later.